And we are off. Drops down to 13th. Oh, back up to 12th, down to 11th. And fighting for that first corner. She's managed to maintain her 11th position. Hi guys, welcome back to episode 2, and this is the first race of the season at Black Sea GP. So the Black Sea, it's a beautiful course, but very difficult to manage when you can't see far enough in the future for weather. And we have rain already, at least we've got a practice, which is better than going in its cold. So let's select our drivers. I'm sorry, but do you know what? I know this guy has more feedback. Yeah. Okay, so we've said that speed has got. Do you know what? I'm gonna let it go out as it is. Just for this episode, for this race, for practice session, we can pull them straight in after they've done a hot lap. And then see how what feedback we get given. So let's just start practice. Thank you. So let's just pause this for a second. Right, we're going to send out Gomez. Everybody's on soft and super softs, and we've already set up his car. So let's just send him out. I'm not going to change any of these aerodynamics or downforces at this moment in time by changing this. We're going to do a 4 lap. Yeah, 4 laps is probably a good choice. And what's going on with the right? Okay, so it's going to get a bit wet. We're currently on on soft tyres, so it'll be interesting to see what we can do on that. So send you out, and we're also going to send out Faith Anthony. But because it's getting a bit wet, I'm going to send her out on same 4 laps, but I'm actually going to give her intermediates. Yeah. And see how she fares on that. Now, as you send them out, they will do the tyre change before Faith leaves the garage, so that's why there'll be a slight delay. So what we've got here, we have got the positions above our drivers, what tyre choices they're on. We have strategies on how the driving style and engine modes, so we can attack, and these little blobs here tell us how much wear we're giving to the tyres, and also the wear on the end, the fuel that we're going to burn. We've also got here is our current tyre. So let's just jump on to Andre Gomez. So our current tyre position, our tyre temperature, our fuels. Right, so hang on, let me just pause this. We're going round now to the start. So we need to start attacking because we are in a practice session, and I want to see what these guys can do because they're both coming up to the start, and see what they can actually do getting attack mode on. Bearing in mind they've both got different types of tyres, and there is actually water landing on the track. So first message, Andre is happy with his gear ratios. That'll show a bit more when we bring him in. Okay, so Faith Anthony has proving that the intermediate tyres are the far superior tyre for this moment, but we'll swap them over and change them around. Ooh, Andre Gomez is really not having a good time there, so we'll let him do a full lap so we'll get some experience on that tyre. And then we'll bring him in. Let's have a look at what's going on. Yeah, let's bring you in. We're going to have less rain, so why is it not giving me the pits? And where's Faith doing? Oh, Faith is absolutely store. Okay. So let's See what's going on here. So things are drying out. Faith's on the intermediates. Let's bring her in. And as soon as she comes in, we'll chuck her out onto some soft tyres and get some experience on those. As soon as she pulls into the garage, we'll pause it. There we go. And then we'll change what we're going to put. So, right. So all the knowledge that she's given us for the for that first section, we can go and play around with angles, the setup of the car, etc. So downforce, she's happy with that. Handling, she's happy with that. Speed, okay, she's fine with that. So what I'm going to do now is she can go out for 4 laps again, but this time, because we are going to be oh, mind you, we've got maybe, no, let's just get her out on a super soft to try it, because there's 7 minutes remaining. She may get a chance, although I don't know whether she will. Grip's going to increase, so she may get a chance to actually really push for it with that. So let's give that a try and find Gomez. So Gomez has a super soft and he's coming in as well. Not super soft, he's got soft. Now let's have a look at what Gomez is telling us about his setup. Alright, so he really likes the speed balance, so we don't really want to mess around with that. Handling, they're all good. I'm still quite pleased with that. I'm going to go for no, 4 laps, because this is going to be the next. Yeah, I'm going to go for super soft, because it's going to dry out and then it's going to get wet, so I can bring him back in nearer that time. So let's send him out with some super softs and see how he gets on with those. Granted, he's not done very well with the soft tyres to start with, because starting with the water on the surface. So I'm going to say, do you know what? I'm not fussed on this. I want you to be pushing. I don't want people overtaking you or anything else. You've got a short length of time to really push those cars and to get the tyres warm for that hot lap. So you really need to go for it. Go on, Faith, overtake him. Oh! Ah, nicely done. Right, okay, so you've got a good chance there now of going for a really hot lap. As long as there's not too many back markers. And, oh no, just as we were hoping. Oh, dear me. Now this is why you need a forecasting centre, so you can actually see far enough in advance to see what's going to happen towards the end of the race. Now we've got the totally wrong tyres for both our drivers in this sort of weather. How long have we got left on qualifying? We've got 4 minutes. I'm going to bring Faith in and I'm going to bring Gomez in. I'm going to put them both straight onto which water's on the track. I'm going to put them both back onto intermediate tyres and we'll see what they can do. So send out. At least you'll have gained some knowledge of with driving with those. Yeah, so everything's reducing. Optimum balance is 92%, which is pretty good actually. Tyre choice. Yeah. Let's go for a new set of intermediates. Yeah, because it's not going to get that wet. Great, go. Send out, perfect. Perfect timing. So let's send Gomez out as well. So what's he come back with? Oh, he's got a lot of experience. Right, 88%. Do you know what? I don't know enough of what I'm doing there, so I'm going to just do that for the time being. So that, yeah, send out with just having the tyres on intermediate and both drivers, do you know what, I want you to push from the start. I'm not really that fussed at the moment on what the temperature is. You'll get there. So right, everybody else is on the course is actually on intermediate tyres. Faith Anthony is on her outlap, but currently stands 2 and a bit seconds away from the top team. Gomez is struggling out there with a 9.9, so hopefully with these intermediate tyres he'll be able to really push and show us what he's made of. And what's going on there? Let's move this camera angle a bit. Right, so Faith's going on to a hot lap. So we need to look at these sections down here on both our drivers. Perfect gear, excellent. Sorry, these sections here, and it'll tell us, it'll light up white if they have not improved on their best previous lap, which Faith Anthony hasn't. It'll turn, I think, green if they've just beat their personal best on that section. I'm hoping Andre does actually improve. Goodness me, what's going on here? No, he's not improved. Come on, let's go. We've got less than a minute left, so come on. You can get over the line. You've got another good chance. Yes, both of them over the line, so at least they'll be able to finish this race lap. And yeah, so what's this? Jumped up to 19th place for Gomez. Alright, so Faith's really happy with the aerodynamics of her car. And Gomez, he's actually had a green sector on the last part of his last lap. Aero's feeling great, so he's happy with that, which is good. Faith is not really managing to improve anything at the moment. She's not really getting there with the these tyres, so we'll see how she finishes the practice. So she's finished, yeah, not really wonderful, but do you know what, it's the first race, first practice session with a very mediocre car. So at least we have got Faith Anthony in the rankings up to about 11th already, which means she'll have a bit better chance within the main race. So let's continue. Oh, so what are they saying about us? Octane Racing, not interested. I love practice, so cool to watch. Garage Racing, yeah, no. Ooh, that was okay from Murphy Racing. I guess we'll find the real pace on Sunday. I hope we do as well. And we're on to race day, so we just need to finish 14th or above and we'll get an extra £100,000 bonus. Now we've got the experience that's been gained, so we've got intermediate tyres +5 and race trim level 2, so we'll add those to these guys. When they are able to give us more feedback, they'll be able to advise more, and we'll have more options to add to that. So Andre's super happy with his speed. Yeah, so fastest lap, there's 2 seconds in that. That's quite astonishing. What's going on with this? We've got it's looking quite nice, so we'll start with the driving style of attack just to try and maintain positions for the first half of the lap, and then we will pull that back slightly and just see how the race unfolds. So yes, front row we've got Predator Racing and Garage Racing, so those guys are going to be up there all year long. And there we go, our 12th position, so we're not too bad, mid-pack, which is really good. And then obviously Andre down in 18th, so he's not at the very back of the grid, but he is he's close. which is where I'd expected both of them, to be perfectly honest. So we jump on board with Faith Anthony for the start of the race, and we are off. Drops down to 13th, oh, back up to 12th, down to 11th, and fighting for that first corner. She's managed to maintain her 11th position as she's fighting with the pack, down to 10th, 9th, and again, is she going to be able to... Oh, she's just lost a couple of positions, and there goes another one. Back down to 11th. Okay, so if she can just maintain this, Gomez is lost his 2 positions, and he is not doing that well in that sense at all. Okay. Alright, so Faith is really lighting up green all the way through for her own personal best, which is really good. Alright, we're going to stick with a quite aggressive drive at the moment while the temperature of the tyres need to improve. But Faith is still there in 13th position, so we're still within our sponsorship objective, which is 14th and above. So she is currently our best option. She's not done a very good first sector. It's not as fast as previous, but she's 1.5 seconds ish off pace. So let's hang on. Oh no, she's losing positions. Come on, put your foot down, Faith. Oh, she's now on the marker of 14th position. Right, go, Andre. You are in 18th, so you've climbed back those 2 positions. It's interesting. The 2 cars either side of Faith and Gomez are both on soft tyres, which means they are going to be going for a longer start to the race. So they're going to be trying to get more laps from the outset. So maybe I should have changed those tyres selections at the first place. Okay, and Faith has just jumped into 11th position. Let's just jump back with her, and she's gone back down to 12th. And again, she is she's actually the car in front is also on a super soft. Let's have a look what sort of aggressive. So they are driving a it's one of those things, watching how other drivers are driving. We're going with a high energy attack, and a lot of these guys are just the computer changes their driving mode very, very rapidly. So depending on what sector or section of the course they're on, they will actually change the driving style. Right, Gomez's tyres are starting to get a bit warm, so let's just push that down a bit, and we want to save on fuel a bit more so that we can actually maintain that temperature. We're also going to do the same with Faith Anthony. We are really not wanting to get these tyres to overheat too much, because we would like to keep them going, and seeing as we are there or thereabouts on positioning, it's not really changing that much. We can continue as we are. So we are, how fast? We're about 0.2 seconds. Oh, come on, Faith. Come on, someone's going to overtake you if you're not careful. Put your foot down. Oh, Gomez has jumped up to 16th position. And that's not because of the people who've gone into the pits, which is interesting. So it's all looking good at the moment. What's our weather doing? So weather's going to get nicer. Temperature on the track's going to improve, so it's probably getting time to once our fuel is depleted, I think it's time for a soft tyre for the main body of the race. We've had a nice quick start. We've gained a couple of places for Faith and also for Gomez, so yes, I think it's we're not doing too bad in that sense. And Gomez has jumped up to 15th position, so he has climbed from 18th down to 15, and Faith has gone from Was it 12th? Yeah, 12th down to 10th. So I'm probably wrong there. So she's currently 1.5 seconds off pace, and she had a fastest section 3 there. So that's good. She just needs to continue pushing this. Tyres are still very, very warm, which is good in one sense, but it'll also mean that they'll degrade quite rapidly. And both of Gomez and Faith's cars are both at around 50% tyre wear, which means we'll need to bring them in close proximity. So I'm going to have to bring in one of those before the other, so that we don't have a car park effect, because we do not have 2 pit crews. We have 1 crew that will do both cars. So we'll keep an eye on the pace. So she's currently slower. Yeah, she's currently just over half a second slower. Right. Come on, Faith. What's going on? Okay, this guy, he is really pushing. He has lit up the sectors there. Come on, Faith. You're 1.5 seconds off pace. Okay, now 1.6 seconds off pace. So you're doing really, really well. So, right, Faith is down to 33%. Gomez is on 43%, which is not too shabby. I think we're going to need to bring Faith in shortly. I think if not this lap, I think it's definitely going to be next lap. They're both on the same strategy. At least she's keeping all these guys really well bunched up, which is good. So we've got 36 laps remaining. I'm hoping that Faith will be able to stay out for a further lap. But you know what, I'm bringing her in. Okay, so that was a quick decision based on the fact that I feel that we are going to have a little bit of a problem. So we're currently on, what lap are we on? We're on lap 10 of 45, and it appears that around lap 16ish we'll start getting water on the track. So I'm going to change the Faith onto onto soft tyres. We're going to give her a fuel option of filling back up, because we want a nice good long stint. We've got no issues with parts, which is good. Pit strategy, we're going to go for a balanced pit strategy, because she's in the middle of the pack. We don't want anything there to cause her problems. So as she pulls in, and Gomez should be able to stay out for a further lap. He's got still 38% on his tyre wear. So car's filled and tyres. There we go. There's a little problem there on Faith's pit stop. So she's now dropped to 17th position. We're going to drop it into an attack mode, and we're going to stick with the high engine mode, just so that until we get the tyres sorted out. Gomez is in 14th position, so we're going to have to bring him in. Where is he? He is right, he's halfway around the course, so let's just jump on him and let's bring him in to the pits. So again, grip's gonna drop off soon because of that water. That could be interesting. So, do I want to pit? It's too late now. Too late. You've made no changes. Yes, I know I've made no changes. Right, okay, do you know what? Let's just go for another tyre of a super soft, because it's going to rain. I think he needs every bit of grip he can in the next few laps. to really keep on top of it. So again, we've gone for a balanced. Yeah, he's dropped down to 15th. Come on, Faith. So Faith overtakes Gomez. Okay. So Faith jumps 2 places. Perfect. Right. Okay, so we keep an eye on this. We've got a number of laps. Yeah. Alright, let's just chuck this up to attack. And go with that. We're just going to speed this up a little bit. At the moment, Faith's tyres are 92%. She's probably running them a little bit hot, so let's just tone that down. And see how we get on with that. So she's 5 seconds off pace. So that's quite a lot. Let's get a bit. That's a bit better for volume wise. And for view. Ooh, new personal best for Andre Gomez. That's really good news. He seems like he's actually starting to push properly. What's going on with weather? We're still a few laps out. We're going up to the maximum temperature at the moment. Or should I say maximum grip. Do you know what? I quite like it being a bit closer. I can hear the cars then. So Faith, come on, what are you doing? Have you got? Yeah, no. Oh, she's jumped into 14th place. So we've actually hit the sponsored objective again midway through the race. It doesn't mean to say we'll actually achieve that at the end, but who knows? Gomez is absolutely hounding it there. 2 sectors lit up. We could just do with him to really pull out. He's still about 9 seconds off the pace with Faith Anthony, but he is still working really, really hard there. So this is proving to be a very interesting race. Oh, look at his tyres, a bit too warm. Let's just knock those down because we really don't want to have problems where they degrade too quickly. Yeah, we've got water coming, but not for a while. He says not for a while, and it'll probably start raining in the next lap. And is it? I honestly expected it to start raining when I said that. There we go, there's the rain. So we've now got rain coming down the track. We've going to put this back to a strategy of attack and overtake and hard, because we're going to have to come in and change these tyres shortly. So let's just use up the tyres the best we can while we've actually got back down to 4th. Oh, back 12th, 11th. Wow. Just because so many people were actually in the pit stop getting their second change of tyres. So Faith is really going for it. 62%. We've got a lot of water appearing on the course. We've still got 61% of the tyres still there. Other people are. Let's have a look what we've got going on. So people have above her have switched. I'm going to pit Faith. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to pit Faith. I think it's going to get worse. So we're going to go and put a proper set of intermediates on. We're going to also top up the fuel. We've got a few laps to go still. Park condition. Have we got anything that's... Ooh. Engine is looking dangerous. Do I repair? Do I risk? We're halfway through the race. Oh, no, I'm going to risk it. We'll stick with a balanced race pit stop. and we'll see how we get on with that. So what's going on with Gomez? Gomez, yeah, you are quite a distance behind Faith, but is it going to be sufficient to be able to pull you in? No, it's not. We're going to have to pit you on the next lap. Yeah, I want to bring you in. So we're going to put you onto inters, fuel options, fill up again. Park condition. Ooh, gearbox, you're going to have to fix it. And we're going to, yeah, okay, cool. So next lap, Gomez will come in and change his tyres. Hopefully he will not go off, as this water is coming down quite rapidly. Oh, yes. Just keep 13th place behind you and you should be okay, because you are... Oh, no, yeah, okay. Well, you're going to lose it anyway as you go into the pits, so we'll see how we can fare from there. So Faith Anthony is now coming to pass Gomez. So we've got no problems with fueling. We've got a mistake on the tyre. Thankfully the repairing didn't make any difference on that, so very bad pit stop for tyres. That's not good at all. We're going to stick with an attack strategy. We really need to keep pushing on this. Faith is also, where are you, Faith? Let's go and find you. So we are, oh dear me, we are so far off from target. First place is still driving out there on soft tyres. Seriously? If I'd have done that, I'd have lost my driver, I'm sure of it. Oh, this is nail-biting stuff sometimes. Sergio Antonio is locked up, so the third place car, who's on super softs or soft tyres, he's locked up, which has not been good. So obviously he needs to get himself into pits quite rapidly. Do we have any news on? No, nothing going on. Well, anything that's affecting the guys. So we've just got 5% performance increase, 10% performance increase on those. Okay, right, okay, race trim. So nothing else that's affecting them. So no morale issue. Faith Anthony, yes, come on Faith, go for it. We are now back on target, good and proper. So we're one place up on our target. And we have fresher tyres than the two cars in front of your Faith. So you should be able to... I'll tell you what Faith, I want to pull you back a bit. And I'm going to drop your engine down to medium, because your engine was not looking good before. So looking conditions, yeah, 31%. We really don't want to have too many problems there. And Gomez's car is looking relatively okay. I think I need to stop pushing my tyres. Yes, that's why we've knocked you back. So let's leave you on a push, but still we can, yeah, stay as we are at the moment. I'm more concerned over your engine than your tyres, Faith. Tyre temps feel really hot. Yeah, okay, let's knock you back as well. And knock that back down to high. Ooh, William Evans locked up. So where's William Evans on here? Where's Evans? Or William? I can't see him. Oh, there he is, 17th position. Okay, so that's not going to give us any benefit there, because they're behind us. So how are our drivers doing? 199 miles per hour. That's a bit slower than she's managed so far. But it is pouring it down, and we are expecting more rain for the foreseeable few laps. I'm going to roll back her tyres and her strategy there. We have got a number of laps, so potentially I'm going to need to do a further stop, because we've only got, what lap are we on? We've got 18 laps and I've only got enough fuel for 9. So if I pull that back, we can get a fresher set of tyres around lap 34 for Faith, and hopefully she will not lose any more positions due to her driving style. Okay, Gomez is really struggling there at in 15th position. He looks like he's about to be. Have we lapped 18th place? Okay, yeah, it looks like we've lapped 18th position, so that's good. So they have. Let's see what they're operating on. Okay, so they actually had 3 stops, but their tyre deck is a lot higher than Gomez's. So we're looking that we should be absolutely fine with that. He'll need to pit potentially before we do. So yes, so that's no issues whatsoever. No one seems to be lighting up the sectors at the moment, which I can fully understand with pouring down rain. Do we have any sign? No, we don't have any sign that this rain is going to ease. None whatsoever. And there's no grip whatsoever on this track. So that's interesting. So let's have a look at this data center. Alright, so this tells us jump from 2nd to 11th. Alright, okay, so we can actually see here, if we look at Faith Anthony, where is she? So started in 14th, up to 13th, 13th, 12th, 11th. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So you can actually see where everybody is. So the front row are actually on a lap ahead so far compared to our current drivers. So that's kind of interesting. And Faith appears to be on a lap ahead of Gomez. Even more interesting. Let's continue. And that's why she was halfway round. So where's first? Right, okay, so second place is here. So whoever's in second is really pushing it. So there is a massive gap here. Ooh. What is going on there? Dilemma. Right, I think we've lost downforce. Rear wing. Oh dear. Action. Do you know what? If we're going to have to action it, we have got 15 laps to go. So we're going to bring you in. We're going to change that. We're going to make sure you got enough fuel for 15 laps and a bit. Part condition, we're going to fix that part, because if it fails totally, we are going to have a problem. We're going to have to fix that engine as well, and then we're just going to have to really push. We're going to go for a risky, as in a fast pit stop, just to try and get you back out quite quickly. That will be quite detrimental to our chances if we can't get Gomez up into 14th position. So let's just jump on board with Gomez. And how's he doing? So he's getting blue flag because he's being lapped. We've got, as I say, we've got 15 laps left. And his tyre wear is not too bad. So what we'll do is, after Faith has pitted and she has come out, we'll pit Gomez and make it to the end of the race with this much fuel. I don't think so. We're going to have to pull you in, young man. So there we go, let's put that on. So looking at the weather, it is going to improve, but I can't see it actually improving that much. So we're going to put another set of intermediates on. We're going to put in enough fuel for the 15 laps, or 13 and a bit. So we'll go with that. Here we go, part condition, anything that needs issues. Do you know what? I think we're going to be alright with those 2 bits, and I'm going to go for a fast one again and hope that we do not have problems. So Faith's in the pit, so everything's been repaired, and that was a good pit stop. So we're going to have we've got excess fuel, so let's just go for a target into attack for the remainder of the race. Let's put Gomez actually onto attack as well. We're going to need to be as aggressive as possible, even if it is for a few milliseconds. So, putting enough for 15 laps in, no hitches, wonderful. Tyres all good, excellent, and he is out. He's in 14th position, and Faith just, oh, perfect. 14th and 15th position. So both of them with fresh tyres. Gomez with the fresher and is keeping a pace ahead of Faith Anthony, which you would expect. His tyres are 1 lap younger. So this will be a very interesting race if we're able to have a 14th and the 15th position finish. I would like to see both cars above that 14th place, just because I think we should have plenty of excitement towards the end of the race. So looking like the cars behind, we have got about a quarter of a lap to catch up with the 13th place car, but they have not stopped for their final stop, so that means we should be able to leapfrog at least 2 to 3 cars. I'm looking there, we've got in 11th place we've got Tang, who is only done 2 stops, but their tyre deg is 50% at least now. So potentially, as we've got so many laps left to go, there is a chance that we will be able to overtake a further car. Alright, let's just ease off on these tyres. We want the engine, we want to be able to be pushing, but we don't want to ruin our chances of actually finishing the race or coming off. We've at least achieved the sponsorship target of 14th if Gomez can maintain this position to the end. And we've got other people locking up, which is really good. As long as they are in front of us, it means our drivers have a chance to leapfrog a few more positions. Okay, so 13th place and 12th position. Wow, okay, that they must have had some really fast pit stops, those 2 guys there. Really fast. Ah, no, it's these guys. These have jumped up. That's what it is. Getting confused for a moment. So, there we go. Both of our drivers are in above the sponsorship target. So we got 13th and 14th position. We just now need to maintain this. Oh, don't you tell me that. Oh no, let's have a look at this. Oh dear, gearbox, not good. Let's just tone back the engine and hopefully the driving mode. Let's just try and make sure we can get you back without any further hiccups. But you see, it still seems to be overtaking, which is good. We've got a car in between. Oh dear, that 13th place car is about to overtake Gomez, so we are stuck back down on our 13th and 14th positioning. Oh, there he goes. Son of a censored. Bite you. Yes. This is a family channel, so we really don't want language like that on here, so thank you for censoring it. Okay, so if we look at here, so 13th and 14th, 15th position is currently the 5-second gap on us. So as long as we can maintain this current pace, we should, although he has actually just picked it up, we should be able to still finish on target. It's quite nice being able to see both drivers within close proximities. We need to actually tone down her engine so that we don't have any issues with fuel. We've got 3 laps remaining, and we've both got 4 laps of fuel, 4 and a bit. So actually, let's chuck it back up again. So we should just about be there or thereabouts. We want to try and reduce as much fuel in the cars as possible, so that we can get a faster pace. Like anything, everything adds weight. Oh, come on, Gomez. Right, okay. So Burkamp is doing really well in Gujarat Racing, whatever it is. So he's in first place at the moment. We are, oh my goodness me, we are miles off their pace. Absolutely miles. Oh. You're not coming back in. Sorry, you need to stay out. So we've only got a couple of laps to go. You need to stay out. We cannot afford you coming into the pits to change your tyres for the last couple of laps. So I'll tell you what, let's just let's leave you going as you are. So 15th place is now 3.5 seconds behind us. So they have caught up quite substantially. Checkered flag, so we should be going across the finishing line 13th and 14th, because yeah, that's it, that's the race over. We are going to be ending on 13th and 14th, so we have achieved our sponsorship target. That was a good finish, not bad at all for a first outing. I'm really pleased with that, considering my very poor decisions during the race. I think they've done an amazing job in that little race there. Okay, so we just quickly look at what the winner. He started on soft, and then he had 2 lots of intermediates, and we had 2 super softs. But look at the gap. I mean, if you look at you should always try and do 2 stop races where possible. And if you've got enough telemetry to tell you what's going on with the weather, you can generally work with that. But you know, it was, what was that numbers at? That's it got 9 on the first, and then another 9. So that's 18 laps on super soft. Then we changed intermediates on Faith, and we've got 19 on the super soft with Gomez before chucking them onto inters. So they got 14 and 13 on those intermediates, and 18. That's an amazing figure on those softs. Wow. Okay. Ooh. I've got no designing on there that's got any issues, like the gearbox is it was 0 risk, so that's not too bad. Penalties. What did I get a drive-through penalty for? When did I get that? Oof. But I've got more than 1 in the last 2 places, so I've got more than 3 points, so I'm happy with that. Very happy indeed. So Drivership Championship, we're way off. But we could be finishing the season around the bottom section here, unless we can do something really different. And hopefully we're not going to end up in 10th position. Or last, should I say, on the Constructors' Championship. So, what are those team colours on Dragon Team Racing? Let's ignore that one. Points mean prizes, and I want to win. Yeah, so do I. Fairly average by performance by Murphy Racing. They must be looking rather envious at Grand Racing. Yes, I probably am looking rather envious at this moment in time. They seem to have a lot more pressure than I have. But do you know what? I'm pleased with that as a very, very first race. Alright, so the changes on morale, we've got Andre jumping up by 13.91% to 78, and we have got Faith Anthony jumping up 17.01% up to 64% morale. We've got no change here with our reserve driver because we have not used him and we are probably not going to use him. So the relationship with the mechanic, that's all increased, which is good. How about our chairman? Happiness. He's gone up 24%. Expected 10th, we came 7th. So marketability, we've also jumped up as well. So that's really good. Right, let's see how our books are being balanced. So we've got £1 million going to next year's car. We've had just under £500,000 in fees for well, that's actually just over it's just under £500,000 for race fees for drivers and mechanics, etc. 40,000 for the HQ and 70,000 for our travelling costs, but we got given 350,000, which all helps. So considering there's 10 races, we've probably got enough to last us for at least 7 of those, if we don't pick up any more sponsorships and we don't spend any money elsewhere. So that's the we're looking at the World Sports Championships. So this is technically like Formula 1. They've got 16 rounds, have they? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's enough said of those. We're not worried about those for the time being, and to be honest, we're not really worried about Asia Pacific Super Cup at this moment. We've got to win the European Racing Series first and then be promoted. So again, 13th and 14th position after race 1, and we are in 7th place in our team championship. So definitely all round. So I think we'll leave it there for this this episode. Thank you for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit the subscribe, and we will see you on the next race. That's Murphy out.